And welcome back, everybody, to Take Action News. We're talking with Valerie Plame Wilson. She is our Activist of the Week for her work on Global Zero, the effort to try to reduce the nuclear weapons around the world. Valerie, so many people will know your name, know your story, either because of the movie or the book Fair Game, or simply because of those dastardly actions by the Bush administration, where Vice President Cheney and Karl Rove and Scooter Libby were all engaged in this campaign to try to discredit your husband, who called them out for their lies that led up to the Iraq War. And in so going after him, they leaked your name. Your name got out. Your cover was blown. It's now been 10 years since the start of the Iraq War. Has your perspective on any of this changed? Do you still carry around any sort of anger or frustration to the Bush administration? How have you been dealing with it all these years?
Well, we dispense with any sort of bitterness because that's just so useless. But of course, this week is the 10-year anniversary of the launch of the Iraq War. Curious how now the majority of Americans believe that it was a bad idea versus March 2003, when the majority of Americans were all for the war, is because we trusted our leaders. When they said that there was an imminent nuclear threat from Iraq, even though it had nothing to do whatsoever with those who perpetrated the attacks of 9/11, the majority of Americans gave the benefit of the doubt to their leaders. And as this week, as so many people are reflecting and looking back, and we're hearing a lot from many of the architects of the Iraq War, I'm listening very carefully, listening and reading very carefully. Apparently, Dick Cheney has absolutely no regrets. They do everything all the same again. Same with Wolfowitz, and so on. I find it, and the other thing I find very interesting, for those, particularly for those that are still supportive, that they think the war was a good idea, and but most of those in the GOP camp, they say, oh, well, it was a war of liberation, and, obviously the world is better off without Saddam Hussein. That may be true, except that wasn't the reason that was told to the American people of why we were going to kill and die in our name, to invade, conquer, and occupy Iraq. It was because there was an imminent threat. And it turns out that intelligence was manipulated, to put it euphemistically. So until the right is able to come to terms with the reality of that we were lied into this war, and it was not a good idea, and it wasn't to liberate the Iraqi people, because you know what? There are a lot of people all over the world that are living and suffering under despotic governments. But until those on the right come to terms and have a true accounting of what happened, they will just continue to live in, la-la land and perpetuate the lies that got us into the war in the first place.